Hello, and welcome to another Mainframe Solution System Management video brought to you by BMC. My name is Mike Frost, and I'm a Senior Software Consultant with BMC focused in MainView. In today's session, we're going to be looking at MainView for DB2, and specifically the Db2 Health Overview function available to us in MainView for DB2. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to want to do is access our 3270 session. Here, we're going to want to access we're going to want to access MainView, and when in MainView, we'll select D for DB2, and then we'll select one MainView for DB2. We'll set our context of all, and then we will be brought to the DB2 SSI Easy menu. Once in the DB2 SSI Easy menu, we want to look under the DB2 status column. Here we'll see we have various options, but we want to select the Db2 Health Overview. Now, the Db2 Health Overview is an excellent place to come and collect information about all of your active Db2 target systems. Here we can see all the active systems, the current date, the current interval time, the group name, which indicates what data sharing group our Db2 is part of. We can see Db2 status, total exceptions, system exceptions, and thread exceptions. For this example, I want to go ahead and take a look at total exceptions. So if I have a DB2 that I'm concerned with, I can easily access this. This is a great one-stop shop for someone who is new to MainView or someone who is more experienced because they can easily see information related to all the DB2s that are currently active. Let's go ahead and just look at total exceptions. So for this example, I'll go ahead and look at DJJ1, which is part of a data sharing group. So all we have to do is go to total exceptions and double click on the hyperlink, or we can put our cursor there and hit enter. Once we do so, we can see all the exceptions that are in the areas. As you can see, we've been brought to the S1HTOT view, which gives us those exception areas. As you can see, we can quickly identify that we have one system exception as well as one locking exception. We could also see if we have exceptions related to storage, logging, SQL pools, buffer pools, threads, SQL procedures, and DDF. For this example, we'll go ahead and take a look at locking. All we have to do is hyperlink to this area. And now we can see that we have one locking area in exception status. We can quickly identify that our unlock to commit ratio is up at 13.0, which we can tell is above our threshold because we're no longer green. As you know, as a MainView user, we can change those thresholds to anything we like, but we are going to have various thresholds that are available to us out of the box so we can quickly gain value from the product. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back. We can also identify that there is an issue within the systems. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Again, all we have to do is hyperlink to this area. And now we can see that our current value under our exception condition is at 11.0 for LPAR CPU percentage utilization. This means we're above the recommended amount for our dynamic threshold. Thus, the highlight has been changed from green to yellow. Again, this is an easy way to identify that there may be something that we need to take a look at. Obviously, again, if you were familiar with MainView, these different thresholds can be changed. So for a more critical warning, we might see a red value versus just a lower level warning, which is yellow. Okay, we can PF3 to return. Again, we can also see multiple other information here, but we'll go ahead and return one more area. And now we're back to our health overview screen. Now, if we wanted to look at just one DB2 target, we could easily do that by simply typing in con DJJ1. So we're setting our context to our DJJ1 target, and we hit enter. And now we just see the DJJ1 system. And if we want to see all of the information that's been available to us throughout the day, we can simply type in a time command. For this example, I'll use time *space* 24 hours to give me all the information that's been available over the last 24 hours. Now this will take a second as it gathers the data, but now we can see that we have all of the data that's available to us over the last 24 hours. As you can see, our systems are pretty stable, but we do have some changes throughout. And here we can see that we have a couple different total exceptions, a few changes to our system exceptions, and a few changes to our thread exceptions. But again, this is the ideal area for someone who is new or someone who is more experienced to come to DB2 and gather this easy health overview of all of our target DB2 systems that are currently active. Additionally, in the DB2 Health Overview, we have some SSI hyperlinks available to us. These can be useful if we're interested in a data sharing area, system areas, or thread areas. If we look at data sharing areas, we can see just the two data sharing groups that I have on my system, and we can gather all of the same information. We can also look at system areas where we'll see all of the systems, but we're going to see some additional information related to the system. So here we see system CPU exceptions, storage, logs, and some additional information. And then we can also see thread areas. So if we hyperlink on the thread area, again, we can see all the information related to these systems. We can see our thread currents, our locking, SQL, and various other information. So again, this is an ideal place to get started for someone who's new or someone who's experienced. It can really give us an ideal spot to get started and to gather information that can be helpful to do our DB2 monitoring. So that does it for today's session. I thank you again for attending, and I welcome you to like and subscribe to all of the MainView YouTube channels. Here you can gather lots of information about all things MainView. Also, if you have additional questions, please reach out to your software consultant or to the BMC support team. They're always ready and willing to offer their help. Again, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you have an excellent day. Goodbye.